happened before. Our meeting was G&L. It's really what happened on this one sequence that we're going to win the game. And we have everything in mind, how we're going to do it. We're going to leave them no time. And we had our plays to do it. And we had sent in our personnel. They'd sent in goal line. It's not the right matchup for us to run the football. So on second down, we throw the ball really to kind of waste that play. If we score, we do. If we don't, then we'll run it in on third and fourth down.
I just hate when he says waste that play.
Well, you're misinterpreting what he means by that. I know you're equating it to just spiking the ball.
That's not what he meant.
He's still trying to take a shot at the end zone, but he's saying the clock is going to stop if it doesn't work. So it's really not going to hurt us. Because he's still going to have Lynch two more times with the timeout.
In the end, you believe they should have given the ball to Lynch, right?
Yeah, that's what I would do.
Well, everybody in the country believes they should have given it to Lynch.
But they could have also passed it, but that was just too high risk of a pass. I mean, you can't leave out that subtle part of it. It was a big part of it.
I agree, JP, that I would have run the ball and they should have run the ball, but I can see why. There's a small part of me that can see why they threw there. Because they still were going to have two more downs.
I get it. I get it with, the timeout situation.
With the timeout, Lynch would get the ball the next two downs.
If you have two timeouts, you run, run.
Right.
It's just, I'm not a Seahawks fan, but Seahawks fans have to live with the fact that Marshawn Lynch didn't get the ball on the critical play from the 1 yard line.
Drab, I don't know how you hosted a small party last night, right?
Right.
I don't know how. I could have never have done that.
Well, that's a huge jinx.
I could have never hosted a party when the Niners are playing.
How many people were at the party?
You know what I mean?
Just about 10 people.
10 people.
First Super Bowl party I've ever hosted.
Right. How many were rooting How many were rooting for the Patriots and how many for the Seahawks?
Be honest, I don't think anybody was rooting for the Patriots, and if they were, they didn't speak up.
Right.
See,
even the people that were actually, one guy I think wanted the Patriots to win, my friend Zohan, and when Wilson threw the interception, he was screaming, "No, no, no! Why?"
Right.
Yeah, he didn't even understand what the hell was going on.
Let me ask you a question. Be honest.
Yeah.
Because you are. I mean, listen. I know you're a phony in a lot of ways. I mean, truly a phony. Truly a phony. Okay. Well, all your colleges and everything.
Mm-hmm.
I know you're a Seahawks fan.
Die hard. Yeah.
Did you feel like crying? Like literally crying.
They got a little watery. I turned off the TV. Everyone knew to get the hell out.
And everyone just left.
Yeah, party's over at that point.
Silence? Was it silence?
Silence, a lot of handshakes with their head looking at the floor.
So everyone was out of the house within 5 minutes after the game.
And then how did you sleep? Did you, kill it? Like, what did you do to go to sleep?
No.
How do you go to sleep after that?
Probably emotionally drained.
Oh, he wouldn't be able to work himself up into a lather to kill it.
I thought about it for about half a second, and then I'm too distraught.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, honestly, you need something to relax you. Like, I don't know how you go to sleep after that.
I cried myself to sleep, basically.
Right?
Yeah.
What was the first thing you thought about when you woke up?
What in the hell happened?
Yeah, like that's a nightmare, right?
Yeah.
Now, again, it's never a given that you're going to score. I mean, we've seen goal line stands; they happen.
It's almost a given,
but it was as
with
close to
Marshawn
one.
Lynch on the 1 yard line.
I know, but you let me finish my thought. It's not a given, but it's as close to a given as you're going to get in that circumstance.
Yeah, I agree.
I've tried to tell you guys before. Darrell Bevel is an idiot.
He cannot survive this. Maybe 1 year because they cover for him. He cannot long-term survive this.
That was one of those situations where, in other sports when they start engraving the trophy?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They already were engraving.
Oh, yeah, the guys with the T-shirts, the Seattle Seahawks champion T-shirts that are not going to be in Haiti, they were breaking those boxes open on the sideline, getting ready to hand out the hats.
They were already voting for Marshawn Lynch MVP because he's about to score the game-winning touchdown.
Now, it was earlier, but the Post came out with their early edition, and it's what I got this morning, and it's Chris Matthews making the catch. It means the front page. Front page of the Post Sports section, and it's Seahawks go for second straight Super Bowl title.
If Bill
this is what they were anticipating.
If Belichick saw that picture, he'd say, "You're playing a terrible defense." That's the worst defense I've ever seen.
Yeah.
I know Matthews is a big guy. He's like 6'4".
Yeah.
Logan
But,
Ryan.
I mean, it's terrible
Logan
defense.
Ryan,
Ryan, he couldn't cover him.
He did a great David Amerson impression.
But you know what? He's a Super Bowl champion today.
He's getting a ring.
Yep.
By the way, when you have a
doubt.
great cover corner, it does hook your defense. Like that, if we ever get to talking about what the Redskins need, and it's like everything. I mean, when you have Darrelle Revis or Richard Sherman, they don't even throw at those guys.
Yeah.
I mean, Revis gave up a touchdown because the umpire blocked him.
Mm-hmm.
Essentially, it was a pick play with the umpire. Great pattern, whatever. I'll give the Seahawks credit for that. But I don't remember them throwing to Revis one other time.
He didn't give up a lot.
I don't have a keen eye for this. I don't, for defense. Okay, but all I know is the 2 plays I noticed. Malcolm Butler, he played better than any Redskins DB we have, and he's their last. He's the last DB they have on their roster.
Right, he's a free agent.
He's somebody they called Scrap or Strap.
He made a great play on the ball just to get up and tip the ball when
Kurtz
Kurtz
caught
caught
it.
it.
Well, in general, the Seahawks receivers had no separation ever. Like Russell Wilson dropped back.
Those guys are blanketed.
Nobody's
I think
open.
I think you know what they need in the draft.
By the way, another guy who's salty
free
tonight,
agency.
another salty guy, Percy Harvin, because he was counting his winning share because he still gets the winning share of the Super Bowl. He thought that was a fat
But
winner.
you know what? In the end, they might have been too cocky releasing Percy Harvin. He might have been a pain in the ass, but they missed him. They did. They missed that explosiveness.
Maybe a bit, but
They were a foot away from
They were
winning
on
the
the
Super
cusp
Bowl.
of
That's
winning
true.
a Super Bowl.
But you're telling me they couldn't use Percy Harvin?
Percy Harvin didn't do anything for the Seahawks. One kickoff
With
return.
the Bevel thing, I see where you're going with that, and it'll be tough to keep, but it kind of just depends on what his relationship is with Carroll. Because Greg Roman, the offense coordinator for the Niners at the time, got fried with his play calls after they lost to the Ravens. And he stuck around.
Oh, Jim has stuck around like 4 extra years.
So I think
I
it just depends on the relationship.
It does. There's no doubt. And Carroll clearly covering for him in a lot of ways. I just think
Probably
that
his
the
boy.
fan outrage is going to be intense for years. It will. It's nothing like a Super Bowl call like that. You can never live it down.
And you're not going to
You know
get
what?
rid of.
He
you're
might-
not gonna
he
get rid
might
of Pete
kill
Carroll.
himself.
But ultimately, it
I know
does.
that's where you always go.
He might kill
Him and Jerry
himself.
Sandusky.
Ultimately, it does fall on Pete Carroll, though.
Yeah,
Because
sure.
and
Yes,
Pete
it
Carroll
does.
said he
I agree.
gave the green light to throw the ball.
I agree, but as Bevel said, I make the call.
Yeah.
And he can overrule me, but I make the call. Man, it's just so sick. What an unbelievable Super Bowl. And the phones have been exploding all morning. I've been impressed by our callers.
Let's keep taking them.
It doesn't usually happen like national games. Usually it's such a DC-centric area. But this game had such an impression on everyone, and we can't stop talking about
Well,
it.
it's
Let's
just like-
make a concerted effort to bang out the calls
Yeah,
next
it's just
break.
like the Packers-Seahawks game.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if it'll be record ratings because I feel like all Super Bowls have record ratings.
I think it's going to be the highest rated Super Bowl in history.
That's what they were predicting.
The way it played out, go to the finish, nobody could turn that game off.
It'll be like a 50 share.
Nobody can turn that game off.
And the NFL's just gotten more and more popular because the championship games are record ratings.
Yeah,
No,
it's
I mean,
king.
it's going to be the highest rated game in football history.
Let's take more calls when we come back. Can we do that?
We're going to do that. We'll stop bloviating. Is that a correct term?
Yes.
I don't even know.
Yes.
And we'll take your calls. Chris, Jr., Alex, Mo, Dallas, Tony, Mark, Brian, 800-636-1067. Don't go anywhere.